Hello learners, good coming your way once again with a continuation of what we started last week, and I hope you are all doing well and keeping strict to the rule of COVID-19. For today's lesson, we are going to look at the third president of the Fourth Republic, I believe we all can guess the personality for our discussion. Who could that be? Very good. John Evans Atta Mills. John Evans Atta Mills is the man for our discussion and the third president of the Fourth Republic. This man is really a great man in Ghana's history. He has made politics enjoyable because he's one man who never insults when given the platform. It will interest you to know that his life as a president of the country has even inspired his opponent, that's the opposition party, this he has won through his calm nature and his calm way of delivering his speech. John Evans Atta Mills, even though he died early or he died when he was still in power, his contribution towards the growth of the country cannot be forgotten. Let us look at a profile of this great man. So just follow me as I take you through. So the first we want to look at his date of birth, where he was born, his political party, I think the wife, the child or children if he had any. So he was born on 21st July 1944 in Tarkwa in the western region of Ghana. That's a fancy land. And he died at age 68. That's on the 24th July 2012, when 3 days after he had celebrated his 68th birthday. He belonged to the National Democratic Congress. He used to be the vice president of the former president Jerry John Rawlings. He was married to Ernest Nana Addo Mills, and he had a child, that's Sam Kofi Atta Mills. He schooled in Achimota School and went further to the University of Ghana in 1967. He continued from there to study economics. He went to London School of Economics in 1968, and also to the School of Oriental and African Studies School of Law, University of London, where he obtained his PhD at a very young age. I believe this is admirable, and it should inspire us also. Now let's look at his early life. He is a member of the Fanti ethnic group. He hailed from the town of Ekumfi Otuam in the Infantiman East constituency of the central region of Ghana. He had his primary and middle school education at Huni Valley Methodist Primary School and Commander Methodist Middle School, respectively. He then proceeded to the prestigious Achimota School for his secondary education, where he completed the ordinary and advanced level certificate in 1961 and 1963 respectively. Then to the University of Ghana, Legon, where he completed a Bachelor of Law degree and a professional law certificate in 1961. Good. Mills studied at the London School of Economics and Political Science, where he obtained an LLM in 1968 and earned a PhD in law at the School of Oriental and African Studies School of Law, part of the Federal University of London. After completing his doctoral thesis in the field of taxation and economic development in 1971 at the age of 27. Even during his career in politics, he was sometimes called by the nickname the Prof. Yes, I think this is because of his long educational background, very detailed, of course. And so, this is a reference to his long academic career. His political supporters also call him Asumdwehene, meaning King of Peace in the Akan language. Do you know why? Do you know why he was called Asumdwehene? Yes, he was called so because he was a man of peace. He was a man who would always calm the storm where there is disturbance. He was a man who would not insult, who would not be given the platform, he would take it for granted. He always respected the views of people. And yes, in his fancy tonation, you can hear him admonishing others to do same and to resist from all other forms of insult or things that could cause riot or distraction. That is why he earned the name Asumdwehene, the King of Peace. So that's it about John Evans Atta Mills. I think with this we can imagine the person he was. Or yes, so this is just a picture of the man in question with a smile all over. Yes, even in the midst of storm he smiles. That's Professor John Evans Atta Mills, former president of the Republic of Ghana. A man with a calm nature, a man who distinguished himself among his mates. This is a man we would always want to acknowledge. So for today's lesson, we have been very brief, and we'll have a continuation of this where we'll talk about his educational and political background. We'll go deeper and we'll also look at some significant achievements he made as he was growing up and as he came into politics, his contribution towards the growth of the country. All too soon, we have come to the end of the lesson, and in wrapping up, we want to go back and recap on what we have studied. So we have looked at the third president of the Fourth Republic, John Evans Atta Mills, where we looked at his profile, his date of birth, the wife, his political career, kind of his hometown, his primary education, secondary education, university education, and we also looked at some other school he attended. Yes, so this is the man we have talked about. I believe when we meet another time, we'll have an interesting time. Want to wish you all the best. stay safe and stick to the rules of COVID-19. Bye-bye.